Welcome back to the Arbitrus YouTube channel. In today's class, we are going to learn how to make this camisole with shoulder. Okay, it has a wide shoulder as you can see, and it is usually worn inside Korean buba or bubu, just like we are wearing it for this particular bubu. So I'll be taking you through how to cut and sew this, and it's a very simple tutorial. If this is something you like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. So I have folded the fabric. This is a crepe fabric. It's a little bit stretchy. So I folded it into four using the widest measurement that I have. And that is my hip measurement. This is the length, 56. So the widest round measurement that I have is hip, 49. So you divide that by 4, and then you add whatever his that you want to add and seam allowance. That's what you use to fold your fabric. It does not have a zipper, so we have the front and back folded the same way. So you can see this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now the length is 56. I have measured 56. I want the hem to have the selvage, so I'm going to be cutting it up on the upper part. So this is where my 56 starts now. You can see my mark. I don't want to mark on it too much. It's a white fabric, so I don't want it to have so many colored chalk stain. So what you will do now is to mark your shoulder measurements. The shoulder that I'm working with for this is actually around 16 inches thereabout, but this is a camisole. I don't want the strap too wide, so I think I'm going to work with 7.5. That will be 15 on fold. 16 divided by 2 is 8, so I'm just deducting like half an inch there, and then I'm going to be marking it on 7.5, which is there. So for the neck measurement, the neck width, I'm going to work with a neck width of 4 to 4.5 inches. Okay, it's a camisole, and if it's too tight, depending on what you're wearing it on, you don't want the strap to be showing under the outfit. Remember, it's usually used for buba and all sorts of outfits, and their necks are usually wide, so you don't want your camisole to be too choking so that the strap is not going to show. So maybe I should just work with 4.5 for my width. Okay, so for the depth, I'm going to be working with a depth of 5 to 6 inches. Okay, so let me leave it as 5.5 inches. You can do same for front and back, or you can just make your back a little higher. So let's say we are using maybe 3.5 for the back and 5.5 for the front. So now I'm going to grab my ruler, curved ruler, and then I'll connect the neckline. So this is the back, and this is the front, like a U neckline. Okay, please, I don't want to mark on it too much. I hope you can still see what I'm doing. So for the shoulder slope here, I'm going to come down by 1 inch and then connect that to the neck point, which is here. You can see that, and then we're going to mark our armhole. So for the armhole, again, I don't want it too wide as well, so I think I'm just going to do 9 inches for my armhole. So the 9 inches is here, and then on that point I'm going to mark my bust measurement. So here the bust we're working with is 44. Divided by 4 is 11. So here I'm going to mark 11 inches, and then I'm going to add ease allowance and seam allowance to it. So I can add ease of half an inch or 1 inch, and then 1 inch seam allowance. So I'm adding extra 2 inches for that. 1 inch for ease and 1 inch for my seam allowance. Okay, so the next measurement I'm taking from there is my half length measurement. Okay, so for the half length, I'm working with some half length of 16.5 inches. So I'm going to mark a straight line there as well and take my waist measurement. The waist here is 37 inches. So 37 inches divided by 4 is going to give me, sorry, I'm trying to use my tape to get the, so that's 9.25 for me. So here I'm going to mark 9.25, and then I'm going to add the required ease allowance to that as well, which is 2 inches. And then the next measurement we are taking is our hip line measurement. For me, that's 25 inches, and you can see that I'm taking the measurement from the starting point, which is here. So here I'm marking 25 inches for my hip line, and the hip is 49 inches. Okay, so 49 inches divided by 4 again, that's going to be around 12.25 thereabouts. So I'm going to mark that and then add my ease allowance of 2 inches. So you can see, because that's what I used to fold the fabric, you can see that this one is on the exact point where my fabric is folded. So that's what I was trying to explain. So now you're going to take your curve driller and then you're going to connect the sides together. So I'm going to connect from my bust to my waist, and from my waist I'm going to connect to the hip, and I'm just going to cut it straight down like that. So here I'm adding a little bit to the waistline because I don't want it to have a funny shape, and then I want it to be really free on the waist as well. So I'm trying to blend the sharp part that I have. So this is just like adding extra half an inch to the waist, so that it's not going to be too tightly fitted. Okay, so now the last thing to do is just to mark out our armhole. So here I'm taking the shoulder measurement again so that I can have a straight line here, and then here I'm going to get the midpoint here. On the midpoint area I'm going to do half an inch. If you are conversant with basic bodies, you understand all of this. I'm just trying to avoid marking on this thing as much as possible. So I'm connecting like this, and then with the curved side of my ruler I'm going to connect to the armhole area. So there we have our armhole there as well. So the next thing to do now is to grab the scissors, and then we're going to cut what we have here out. So I have my scissors here, and I will start cutting from the upper part, which is here. Sorry, I'm trying to. Okay, so I'll add a little bit of allowance on the shoulder for joining, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut out the back neck measurement first before cutting the front. So here I'm cutting out my armhole. I'm taking my time to explain this because I want it to be as beginner friendly as possible. Okay, that's my armhole there, and then from there I'm just going to cut the side all the way to the hem. So here you just maintain that straight line downwards. So it's very simple to cut. The next thing is just to go ahead and join them on the shoulder as well as the side. Then after that you are going to turn the neckline and the armhole with our bias. So this is what it looks like now. So we have cut the back neckline. I'm detaching the back now, and then I'm going to refold it so that I can cut out my front neckline as well. Remember, we made the front a little lower than the back. So this is the front neckline. This is what it looks like. So now I'm going to take it to my sewing machine now, and then I'm going to place the front and back on each other, and then we're going to go ahead and sew it. Okay, we're going to join the shoulder. After joining the shoulder, we're going to join the side seam. Okay, and then with the help of my bias, which is this, I'm going to turn the neckline of both the front and back together, and then I'm going to turn the armhole as well. And the camisole is ready, so I'll do this now and bring it back to show you. So I'm gonna ahead to sew it, as you can see, and then I turn the neckline and the armhole, and then you hem it on the lower part, so you can see how free it is and how comfortable it is. So you can wear this under your BUBU, umbrella, or just anything that needs camisole. You can wear it under it. So you can see how I'm wearing it under this BUBU that I already made. The story on the BUBU is also on the channel if you want to learn how to make this. I hope you enjoy making this tutorial with me. If you enjoyed this, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.